The folks over at iFLYTEK, they sent me the iFLYTEK AINOTE Air 2. And this is a little bit different than other e-ink tablets that I've found in, I think, a good way. So I want to say thanks to them. They've sponsored this video. All opinions on this video are my opinions. So I'm just sort of giving you my straight up opinion about what this guy is. But first, let's go ahead and get through some of the specs that exist here. It is 8.2 inches on an HD e-ink screen. That's 1440 by 1920 with a 293 pixels per inch density. CPU is a 1.8 gigahertz quad core, 32 gigabits of storage, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5. This is kind of the important thing. This has 4 microphones. It's got 4 microphones and a single speaker that runs across the top here. 2600 milliamp hour battery, USB Type-C for charging and transferring things to and from the device if you choose to do it that way. It also has a 5 megapixel camera, and this camera is interesting because it's not a camera to take pictures with exactly. This is a document scanning camera. Dimensions of the device, 7.6 by 5.4 this way. It weighs 0.51 pounds. I don't know what that is in grams. It runs on a custom Android 11 system. So it comes with a passive Wacom electromagnetic pen. And it has a reading light. It has a backlight or a front light or whatever you want to call it on an e-ink screen. 24 levels of adjustability, as well as warmth and coldness, temperature-wise, coloring for day or nighttime reading. So let's go through some of the features that this guy has, and I'll tell you a little bit about how it's different, how they intend you to use it a little bit differently than what other e-ink tablets might want you or suggest that you do. Press 3 seconds to power on, and then it comes to life eventually. So this is what you're greeted with when you open up the tablet. You've got notes, schedule, and reading, so you can sort of separate the different sections out. But it starts out in notes, and you can do 2 things with this. You can write a note, obviously, just tap that and it pops up a new note. And then you can say, "Hi, I'm Jason." And the one thing that I like about this, the first thing that I noticed when I got this thing was how much better it is to write on this tablet than it is to write on an iPad of any kind, paper-like, screen protector or not. This is just, it's got a soft sort of graphite feeling pen nib that's replaceable, and let's just say 2. And so when you put a title in there, it automatically recognizes that you have written something and it transcribes it to text. The big selling feature that makes this different than other devices is the voice-to-text feature. This is kind of the AINOTE Air 2's killer app, I suppose. They've made it small, they've made it easy to carry around, and as you can see, you can easily have a note, just pop it up there, but then you can also click over here to record. And it has a couple of things here. So it has sort of a radar sense that's going to pick up everything that I say. And if there were more people in the room and if there was other stuff going on, then you would be able to take voices from all these other areas up here. And you notice it just started recording as I opened it up. And now it's automatically taking everything that I'm saying and bringing it into this. And then if you take notes down here, you can actually also, then it will highlight a section that wherever you took the note. So you can record and live transcribe everything in a meeting or in a classroom or anything like that. But then you can also take notes live while it's recording, and those notes will automatically be tagged to a specific place. So if you ask me, there's also an AI summarization feature in here. This does have ChatGPT functionality, so that's really cool. I wasn't able to get ChatGPT to work on this just yet. So if you're listening back to this and you want to get back to a place where you took a note like I did here, all you have to do is tap the note.
A specific place.
It goes right to the place where you wrote that note and
So
gives you that piece of information.
There's also an AI summarization feature in here. This does have ChatGPT.
This feature of being able to record something and then also take notes and then have those notes be tagged to the places where you took the notes so that you can go back to that immediate place and review that part of the meeting or the class or whatever it was is a pretty cool feature, and I think makes this especially valuable to people, obviously people who go to a lot of meetings or people who are in school or something like that. First thing that I really noticed when I got this and I took it out of the box and I started to use it was I was making my iPad mini video, and every time I make a video, I'll do a first cut, and then if there is B-roll that I want to get, and if I have to go and find some of that stuff, then I'll go through and I'll put markers on the timeline that tell me what it is that I need to get, and I'll take notes of that, and then I'll go and get that stuff, either film it or drag it off the web or whatever it is. So I had just gotten this out of the box and I said to myself, well, I have to do this shot list, and I didn't have a notebook on my desk. I needed to write something down. I could have typed it into Apple Notes or something like that, but that's not always the easiest way to get to your notes if you have to have something open and be using it. I just took them all down here, and as I got through them, I just marked things out, and then I just went through this list after I got all the shots, and I went ahead and marked them off and put them in, and it was the most seamless use of any device like this that I've had. But ultimately, what really matters when you're using a device like this is how is the handwriting? Does it feel good to use it and take the notes, or to write down your list of things, or to input your schedule? There's some really cool scheduling stuff that you can do inside of Notes, where you can do a circle that will transform into a to-do if you write something after it. You can have a focus event with a star. You put a star beside something and it'll put in it as a focus event. So the scheduling stuff is very cool. But what's really important is, how is the writing? You've got templates that you can put in here. You've got several different kinds of templates. You've got planner templates, schedule, daily schedule, weekly, monthly. Then you've got documents, minutes of meetings, key forms, and Cornell, which I don't really know what that is, analysis documents, style documents, calligraphy and blank paper, health documents. But I have it set to default to having just regular lined paper, so I can write my title in here. And then I can say, today is going to be a good day. And now you might not know if I have good handwriting in general or not, but I'm here to tell you that I don't. And writing in this, I found the drag of the pen across the page has a nice resistance because of this sort of soft tip that's on here. It's not like an Apple Pencil or anything like that. It's not like a Galaxy, the Ultra devices from Samsung. It has a very sort of soft touch to it, so it does feel like you're getting connection to the pad, which for me is imperative in a device like this. If you're going to be using it in the place of paper, then it has to feel good, sort of the same, and give you the same kind of tactile feeling that paper would. And then it has to add value on top of that. And I think that the AINOTE Air 2 adds a ton of value just with those features of being able to record and transcribe, but it also allows you to do this. So anything that you write, you can just tap here and it will take whatever you've written and it will bring it in as typed text that you can then export and edit. You can export it and you can choose what kind of export you want. Here's a note that I took from a video that I watched on YouTube about different kinds of shots that you can use in video to help you tell your story. So let's say I want to make this into typed text. It's just boom, like that. It just comes out as typed text. Yes, this is a sponsored video, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't take sponsorships or do videos for people unless it's for products that I'm really excited about or that I really want to check out and tell you whether or not they're good or bad. Now, there are some things that still need to be worked out. The ChatGPT functionality still needs to be worked out. Some of the ways that you share documents could be a little bit more open, but for the most part, you just have a notepad that also transcribes and translates as well as records things that you want to save for another day. And then when you dig into the fact that you can do scheduling stuff with this, as well as we didn't even touch on e-reading, which is totally possible. There are ways that you can get Amazon books in here. You can get EPUBs or PDFs of anything that you want, be that a web page or a journal article or a newspaper or anything like that, can all be dropped in here. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Could you see yourself using something like the AINOTE Air 2 in your daily life? I honestly can and look forward to doing that myself. If you've watched to this point, you might as well hit the subscribe button because, I mean, otherwise, why did you stay this long? We're getting along. This thing is happening. I can feel the chemistry. Thanks so much for being here. Until the next time, I'm out.